I hear the call.
Hey everybody, this is Rudy with Alpha Investments, and yeah, you know what time it is? The number one most asked question that I get. And no, Rudy, it's not what size pants do you wear. No, Rudy, it's not what size socks and all that crap. No, it's card grading. Flippin' card grading. Good Lord. So this video is not going to teach you anything amazing about how to make money, lose money, or anything about card grading. If you're looking to get insights on how to profit and make a living on grading magic cards and things like that, unsubscribe and walk away because you're just going to get pissed off, and just go ahead and thumbs down my video because I don't give a shit. This video is to talk to you about the reality that is card grading. Specifically Magic the Gathering. It is so flippin' shady. You guys have no idea the level of shadiness that goes on in card grading. Oh my god! You guys don't have a clue. Alright, first thing. The entire industry of PSA versus BGS. Rudy, should I grade my cards PSA? No, everybody says do BGS. The BGS cases are thicker. And they have subgrades. BGS is the king. PSA is full of scams. I mean, PSA years ago got caught cutting and altering the borders of the Honus Wagner card. So they got sued and they lost. So they're all a scam. No, that's not what it's about. You guys, the general public doesn't have a fucking clue of what card grading is about. See, stores who grade cards and companies who distribute graded cards and everything about them, it has nothing to do with PSA or BGS or all this shit. It has nothing. It's all about it. The whole industry operates like a dark pool. A dark pool is a term used in Wall Street of transactions that take place before pretty much they get to the public. It's kind of like a broker to broker. It's like a dealer to dealer transaction off the books. In other words, it's where shit moves between buyers and sellers, but never gets reported. Never fucking happened. This video never happened. See you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You really didn't think I was going to end it there. Fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. No, look, this is... The general public believes you need to choose between BGS and PSA because it's all about trust. Which one feels better? Which one has that feel of comfort? Which one makes me feel good? Well, I'm going to give you some feedback, okay? The feedback on this whole thing is it's not what any of this shit is about. The whole thing is about whoever has a subscription for card grading. The entire thing with card grading is all about one thing. And that's how much money ROI. What's the return on investment if I take this ancestral recall and I send it to PSA and I try to get myself a PSA 10? I don't care if you got a fucking 1,000 PSA 10 Magic cards. It's all about how much of a yield return I get. So, this is an introductory video to let everybody know that pretty much I look at grading Magic cards as one big ass dark pool. It's shit that's not supposed to exist. Transactions that aren't ever recorded. 99% of grading cards, any form of real value, never take place on the books. All the transactions are done pretty much, hey, it's on eBay, they contact direct, you contact a text message, email, it goes off eBay. Half of it gets taken, big money gets taken place through money orders, cashier's checks, not even through PayPal. It literally, it's like it doesn't exist. You can't trace it. It's physically impossible It's a value heavy. So, first things first. For example, if you're a local store, you're going to buy a whole collection from somebody. Let's say Timmy walks in the store. Timmy comes in, and he goes, hey, Mr. Rudy, you're a really nice guy. I want to get a PSA 10 Lotus. And I brought in 2 packed fresh black Lotuses today. Okay, that's cool. Well, Rudy, I want to send these off for grading. I just bought these on eBay, or I bought unlimited starter decks from, I don't know, somebody. I was going to say Open Boosters, but he's smart. He doesn't sell anything. Anyway, so he's like, oh, I bought these on eBay, and I opened them, and I got 2 black Lotuses. I'm really excited. Well, first of all, if somebody walks in with your local store with 2 black Lotuses, they're probably fake. But let's pretend that if you're actually real, okay, and you pay $4,500 a piece, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, if Timmy wants to sell you these cards, how can I make the most money? Do I buy it for $4,500? Do I put it in my display case and sell it listed online and try to turn it into $6,000 or $7,000? A retail packed fresh black Lotus right now is probably selling for around $6,000 to $6,800 range, depending on every little mark. It's got to be flippin' perfect. If you see any black on the edge or anything, okay, anything, I mean, you're talking $200-300 discounts. It's like, oh, minus 500, minus, very, very condition sensitive. Now, the next thing, let's say I'm a store owner, Timmy walks in, he sells me both black Lotuses. I give him $4,500 a card. I hand Timmy $9,000 for these 2 Lotuses. He walks out the door, he's very happy. Number one, as a store owner, you better know what the hell you're doing. If you can't determine fake to real, then you're going to go out of business either way. From either counterfeit fake shit, or you're just stupid and you don't know how to run a business. So, the next thing, can I convert this to a 10? If it looks perfect, I mean perfect. I'm talking, well, Rudy, it's really close. It only has 1 dog bite on the back, and only 1 narwhal ran into it. They don't grade it. If you're a store should buy high-end Phenom, Lumina, AV, whatever. What they want to do normally is they want to grade it because they can get a higher yield. They don't give a shit about the card, about the customer, about pretty much, oh, yeah, go to Rudy's game store. Don't go to Timmy's. Rudy will pay you a higher premium. He really cares about the people. He's for the people. Come on, guys. You remember, there's no fucking for the people. Yeah, somebody walks in your store and says, I have all these Moxies for sale, and I want you, will you buy them? The very first thing I'm going to do is if these things are packed fresh and never been touched, and very, very rare. If that's the case, I'm going to send them for grade. And I'm going to send them to PSA if I think I can get them. If I can convert these to PSA 10s, I'm going to send it to PSA. Getting a BGS 10 Pristine or a pure all 4 subgrade BGS 10 black label is damn near impossible. Period. Period. If you don't think you can get a 9.5 or above a BGS or a PSA 9 or a 10, you do not grade them. And that's what stores do. They don't give a shit. They want to make the best yield, the best ROI. They want to put 10K into something, they want to convert it into the best profit. None of these intentions are pure. Everything is cruel intentions. Everything about this is motives and shadiness, okay? You have to understand that. People don't, nobody even, there's not a single video I could find anywhere that talks about why do stores actually grade cards? Why do most stores not even sell graded cards? They just have them all raw, or if you go to a Grand Prix, they're all in a fancy case. Because they can't get a perfect 10. Because if you have a fucking slightest little nick on the side, you're not going to get a 10. Anyone on eBay who says, oh, I got this perfect, it could grade a 10, they're lying. No, but seriously, I pulled this from a pack. Let me guess, the pack came from your grandmother's basement because their son went to college and they had magic cards. And the magic cards were in the closet, and oh, you know, it was a perfect find at a garage sale. But no, I need to sell these because I need money. Here's my favorite. You ready? My loss is your game. If you see shit like that, it's a scam. So, back to graded cards. what you need to know. It's all about the profit. BGS has subgrades. PSA doesn't. A lot of people use population reports with both these companies. Population reports are fucking useless. All of them are not accurate. The only number you can go by in a population report is the 10. Anything graded below a 10, the population reports are inflated and they're not accurate because people crack cases and they resubmit the same card 10 times until they pretty much get the grade they want or they give up. You can't go by population reports, they're a scam. Next, Rudy. Which one can I make more money with? Neither one. It's about trying to figure out if you're a good buyer and seller and what your market is. You try to sell local or online. If you cannot get a 9 or 10 range card, you will get no bonus with the time, the effort, and the grading cost. Period. Okay? That's how it is. Okay? I mean, stores only want to grade cards if they think they can convert a raw Lotus into a 10. If they can convert a raw Lotus into a 10, that's going to pretty much turn a $4,500 Black Lotus probably into anywhere between $6,500 to $10,000 depending on the market conditions, okay? And that is the key. That's how they'll make the most money. Hell, I've known stores to take a raw Black Lotus, submit it, PSA gives them a 9, they say, F that, bust the case open, send it again. PSA gives them a 9, F that, bust it open, send it again. F that, they gave me a 9 again. I think on the 6th or 7th submission, they finally get themselves a 10. Sometimes it comes back an 8. And when that happens, they'll stop. Why? Because grading is objective. Grading cards, magic cards, sports cards, anything. All grading is done by human beings in these top schools. All grading of all cards is subjective. There's no such thing as perfection. I've seen somebody, people, they graded a counterfeit card. Oh, they graded a card that was definitely damaged and it was not a 10. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. And that's why it's the buyer's responsibility to buy a graded card to make sure it's not tampered and make sure nothing looks shady. I've seen countless cards graded as an alpha that are actually a beta. I've seen beta cards graded as an alpha. You better check this shit. Because it's graded doesn't mean it's perfect. And let me tell you something. If that grading is in the favor of the company, you think they're going to send it back and excuse me, you graded my unlimited Mox Ruby an alpha by accident. No, they're not going to say anything. Jesus, come on.
I think they've had enough.
People need to understand that grading magic cards was pretty much been around for 10 to 12 years to help the credibility of the counterfeit, and it does. A lot of, you can pretty much, because if you actually buy a graded card and it turns out to be counterfeit, I believe the grading companies will actually, they have insurance programs and things like that. Don't hold me, I'm not sure, I'd have to look into that. This is what I was told. Bunny ears. But overall, at the end of the day, grading magic cards nowadays, you'll notice most stores nowadays have converted to BGS grading instead of PSA. The reason for that is it's too hard to get a PSA 10, but it's a lot easier to get a BGS 9. BGS 9s and BGS 9.5s will usually get a premium compared to a PSA 9. It's all about the conversion charts, okay? You have to kind of decide what you want to collect if you're looking to collect graded magic cards. There's not really a right or a wrong, but the dealers have a lot of motives that may not be in the best interest of you, the customer, or Timmy, the amateur customer. And you really need to know the difference if you really trust them. And I just think that's important to lay out there. I don't think a lot of people really mention that, and I think it's not because people are hiding it. Very few people know the details, and the ones that do don't really want to discuss it. So, I do know another thing, for example, BGS is a new thing right now where they're doing raw card reviews. Pretty much that's a pile of crap. It's pretty much a way for them to grade their friends. I've heard all kinds of shady stuff. I can't confirm or deny the grade when people do that raw card review on site. I've been hearing some really weird stuff about it. At the end of the day, unless it's a fully slabbed card, I'd be very cautious on the raw card review. Because I've seen them grade out a not higher and not lower. If you're buying an unlimited Ancestral Recall, the difference between a BGS 8 and a BGS 9 can be hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, on an alpha card. So I think that's also something that's pretty interesting. But at the end of the day, the accuracy is never going to be perfect. And the people who don't like graded cards get upset and they say, don't grade cards. Look at that. That's a scam. There's always going to be mistakes. There's no PSA, BGS, none of them are perfect. They both have Google and the internet, they both have bad scores. Overall, 99.9% of everything is great, it's very accurate, and it's good. A lot of people say you should always buy the card, not the grade. Well, I agree with that and I disagree with that. You know, in an era of e-commerce, graded cards make it a lot easier to do transactions because you know the exact condition you're getting into and you know what you're really putting your money into. So it's kind of a necessary evil. It was kind of a matter of time until graded cards became a thing. And I think graded cards will continue to be more important and more sought after as counterfeits and all the fears of a lot of people. You know, everyone says, oh, one day the counterfeit and the Chinas are going to be so good, you know, all the real ones are going to be worthless. Or, of course, the reserve list is going to go away anyway. Everything's going to be worthless. Been hearing it for 10 years. So, at the end of the day, counterfeits are going to be better, and they will continue. I do not believe it'll ever be to the point where counterfeits will be equal to and or better than ABU Antiquities Arabian Legends card. Mostly due to the card stock and the age of the cards, the type of paper, and the feel. I have never been able to see, but even experts I've talked to claim that it's extremely difficult to duplicate the older type of paper and the feel and the aging of the paper. It's a lot easier to counterfeit newer items and new Magic cards and all that because not really the ink and the clarity, but more so the paper quality, getting the paper and the actual material used accurate. Because when anything ages 20 years plus, it's very difficult to simulate the aging and the specific papers and inks used after that much aging. So that's not something, counterfeiting doesn't really bother me on old stuff. I think counterfeiting on new sets with Snapcaster Mages and things like that, and Lilianas, there's going to be counterfeiting with that stuff. And a lot of amateur people probably have counterfeits now, they don't even realize it. Because they're just not familiar with it. They've never held enough Magic cards to be able to feel or really know the difference. So, anyways, the point I'm trying to make, to wrap this up, is number one, most graded Magic cards change hands on what I like to call dark pools. In other words, nobody really knows the values that are bought and sold on most graded cards because the transactions are so big, nobody talks about it. And nobody reports it, and there's no data. You can't go by eBay completed listings. You can't go by what Star City Games, DA Card World, ABU Games, and you know, Troll and Toad. You can't go by what these people sell. A lot of times people submit offers and it's bought off the books or in a bulk deal or at a trade show and it's cash. And even then, those big dealers, when it's cash, they don't report it. Everything is literally off the grid. Again, unregistered assets. I know I keep coming back to it. So, second thing, remember, when you see people buying and say, oh yeah, you can submit your cards to me, I grade them for you. Remember, at the end of the day, stores like to grade cards and do that kind of stuff because they can get a better return. Okay? It's not about the customer. They don't care. What customers? Do customers buy more BGS? Do customers buy more PSA? They don't give a shit. That's not what it's about. Companies nowadays are not grading PSA Magic as much as BGS. BGS has been quoted from the market as, oh, most people are collecting BGS. That's not really the case. From all the stores and the people I know who deal in it, it's mostly because they feel they can move the product and they can get a better return on their money. That's all I have to say. At the end of the day, in the comments section, you're probably going to see it. Everyone's going to complain and bitch and attack each other on BGS is better, PSA is better. I personally collect PSA. Personal preference. I don't collect PSA because BGS sucks. I don't think BGS sucks. It's my personal preference. If you want to get into card grading, it's very expensive when you buy the old cards. Number two, you need to be in it for the long haul. Number three, I don't recommend sinking a lot of money into graded Magic cards and actually all reserved list old cards. A lot of money until the rest of your life is put together. With your household, you put money aside and you're stable. I don't mean you come home the next day, you find out you lose your job and you can't even pay next month's bills. You have no business putting money into a different type of collectible or an asset, especially graded cards. Graded cards are not as liquid. You have to be very careful with that because when items and assets are not as liquid, you can end up selling them at a big, deep loss It's just trying to find a buyer for a Black Lotus or for an Ancestral Recall. You know, I don't know the specific prices of what some of these cards currently are in the market because they change. You know, there was a time period when, you know, an Unlimited Lotus was selling for $10,000 on eBay. Now, a PSA 10 Unlimited Lotus will probably sell for maybe around $7,000 on eBay, maybe $7,500. I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, it is volatile. And the jumps and the dips on graded cards is amplified, just like a foil version of a regular card. The foil versions amplified 2 to 3 times the price of a regular version, especially as the card ages and there aren't as many foils. That spread becomes bigger. So, again, this is Rudy with Alpha Investments. It's not about the trust with PSA or VG. It's not about the public trusting. It's about the money. And I think it's important for the public to understand when they walk into anybody's store or they go online to all these grading, or not grading, these online stores who sell graded cards. It's important for the public to understand that, oh wow, all they sell is PSA. PSA must be better. It's not that. Oh wow, Rudy only collects PSA. That must mean BGS is a scam. It's not about that. I choose PSA because I've been doing it with PSA for 10 to 12 years. A lot of people only collect BGS. This works for me. So go ahead and you can start the attack in the comment section, but I want people to understand about card grading as an introduction, as I do a lot of videos this month on card grading and details about it. The point I'm trying to make is that you have to be aware of the behind the scenes and how it's treated. When you grade cards, it's all about pushing that value. It's just kind of, you know, it's just about creeping that crap up. You know, you can take $1,000 raw Ancestral Recall, you get a PSA 10, you get yourself $2 grand. When that $1,000 raw card goes to $1,500, that $2,000 graded card is probably going to go to $3 grand. The jumps are going to grow at a higher rate of speed. It's going to be more of a parabolic curve versus a standard 5-10% move. So, Rudy with Alpha Investments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are interested in card grading. If not, you're not going to like my videos for a while. Other than that, just remember, at the end of the day, everybody's intentions are never what they seem. A lot of people can be very cruel on their intentions.
Now I see.
What the hell the deal with? Like, here's another example. So, you got like Manifold. Let's pick on Manifold from the revised 4th edition era. The card's been reprinted. The card's in the inventions. You know, and why is the price in the last 12 months so just steadily moving? And I'm specifically talking about these sets, not some of the other reprinted sets, the newer stuff. That's too much data. I'm focused on just the revised 4th Ice Age era. And I can't really understand where the demand is coming from or why people seem to be, you know, snatching these things up. What's going on? I don't understand what the difference is. What's changed? What's caused the behavior? Where are they going? Is it natural attrition? Or just as time goes on, people are buying and selling them, they're getting lost in the mail, people are throwing them out, they're at garage sales, flea markets, all that BS. I don't understand what the deal is with that. And like even Birds of Paradise. They just reprinted again, like the 437th reprint in Conspiracy. In the old, and I know the old version, the different art, and I get that, but still, the prices, no matter what, even if they reprint a million times, certain cards like this continue to kind of just push, and I don't know what the deal is with that. And I had some discussions with it, and some emails on it, and I was like, well, maybe there's just a lot of people collecting the old sets, and they need set cards. You know, those weird, the old sets were 300 cards, almost 400 cards in a set, and they need those missing cards to complete their damn set. So maybe they're buying them, and there's not many of them left, or not many people list them for sale because they don't think anybody even wants them. You know, maybe something like that? I don't know. So, and then, like even some weird ones, like, you know, this isn't really too weird, but like the land tax from 4th edition, you know, this was a reprint from Legends. This one wasn't reprinted nearly as much, but the price overall has remained very strong. There's been attempted buyouts and things like that, because, you know, 2016 is known as the reserve list buyout year, but the prices still seem to have a good strength behind them. They seem to have legs, as they say in Wall Street, where it seems to keep pushing forward. And, you know, the resistance does not seem to be there. The wind seems to be blowing in direction of favor. And I find it really weird. You know, even on revised stuff, even on some revised ones. I got some revised here. Let's pick on Demonic Tutor. We all know it's an amazing card. We know why it's worth money. We get it. But, you know, even with some small reprints and some dual decks and from the Vault anthology, but the prices are still, I mean, like, let me point this out. Here's another example. On revised boxes, it's always deemed as a terrible investment for booster boxes or starter or any revised products to open. Because there's no expected value. There's no way you can open a booster box from back in the day. If you buy this for $2,000, there's no way you can open this and make $3 or $4,000. There's no way. No way. Even if you open it and you're lucky. Because remember, 2 to 4 dual lands in a box. Let's say you're lucky and you hit 4 dual lands. And no, let's even pretend for a minute that you are flipping, you're wearing Jester's cap. Hang on. Hang on. Let's pretend you're the luckiest SOB alive. You got a top hat, not a regular top hat. No. Yeah. Fucking yeah. So, let's pretend you're in super mega top hat conspiracy mode. And let's pretend you get 5 dual lands in this. Even if you send them all for grading, and they all come back a perfect PSA 10. Even if you can get $300 a piece times 5, that's $1,500. Now here's the thing. Lately, what's happened is these little obscure cards, like uncommons, and even some of these regular little rares in the revised sets have been moving. Like, you know, copy art. I mean, where the hell? How did this become a $10+ card in pack fresh condition? Not what in revised or fourth. When did this happen? You know, and then you got Wheel of Fortune. When did somebody? And I know Wheel of Fortune's a badass card. We all know that. I get it, but no one's been noticing this. Like, I don't know why has no one mentioned the fact that some of these weird little older cards have steadily been moving. I believe they're reserved list. I don't know if they are or not. I know Wheel of Fortune is. I don't know if Copy Artifact is reserved list. But they're moving in price. So what happens if you buy a $2,000 old box of Magic and you get lucky because you're a lucky SOB and you get $1,500 for 5 graded perfect 10 dual lands? So, but then all these obscure uncommons like Soul Rings, Demonic Tutors, and Copy Artifacts and Wheel of Fortunes, and all of a sudden all these old rares that were not really worth a whole lot start to become worth a decent amount of money. The entire financial picture will change. And I'm not sure how much that's going to take into effect on sealed product, and also a lot of the random bulk bins that people have around the country in game stores and their friend's house and, you know, grandma's basement. I don't know, because I want to point another picture out. So, if you have a 300 card set, and there's like 60 rares in it, and you buy a booster box, like Revised, and you get 5 good dual lands, that leaves you with 31 out of 36 rare slots of cards that are worthless. Well, if all the rares that were worthless become $3 or $4, hell, $5, let's be fucking ballsy crazy. Let's say the remaining 31 rares in the set start averaging like $5 a piece eventually. I don't know, let's just make up the number. If you have another 30 slots at 5 apiece, you're adding $150 to the value in something just in the rare slots. Not even talking about uncommons with Soul Rings, Demonic Tutors, and things like that. I mean, even if the uncommons start becoming $1 or $2 a piece, and I know some are more and some are less, but if some of the old ones, even at $1 a piece, at 3 uncommons a pack, you're looking at over 36 packs times 3 uncommons.